This is the Bullseye Podcast.
The button didn't go in. That's what she said. Well, my hunt for paper towels came up short again today. And we're close to signing that big contract as the listeners grow and grow. We're loving doing this podcast. This is Bullseye on the Bullseye Network, on the Bullseye Podcast, and the Bullseye Frequency of Your Life. And the timing just a little bit off. Little bit.
Hey, you just got under the gun. You got it right.
I got it. I knew when to bring it home. I knew when to bring it home.
And you cut it right off perfect, and then that part of the song came out.
I work with no clock.
Instinct. You're always an instinct guy, right?
We've been gone a while, but we're back, and there's a lot to talk about because I have a baseball game.
Summer vacation.
Yeah, not
right?
really, but just not enough time in the day, man. Not enough time
you're right.
in the day.
You're right.
And I didn't even have a chance to introduce you as a man, not only as a great amateur softball player, but a pizza reviewer par excellence.
Oh yeah. 200. I'm up to 200,000 slices in my career, right. And I'm going to start it again once this COVID stuff starts, dropping off. I'm ready to go out there. I post reviews on my Facebook. Like reruns, I call it. And I guess some, people, when are you going to start it up again?
Well, the show is Slicing Jersey and is with both of us. I'm the guy behind the camera. So we are going to start it up. We're just kind of looking for something to pop so we can put a little bit of money into it and go after it. Not that we're competing with El Presidente, Dave Portnoy, who, by the way, interviewed Donald Trump today, President Trump. Do you know that?
You're kidding me, really?
Go on Twitter, and Trump retweeted it. Trump, how smart is he, right? He invites Dave Portnoy, and the interview was great. Dave Portnoy is on target, man. And it was a great interview. You got to watch it, right?
From pizza reviewing to interviewing the president.
Well, he's more than a pizza reviewer, but we have our own pizza show. But we kind of stay in the. We've been staying in Jersey because we're Jersey guys, so.
Oh yeah. And the pizza is good, but it's not everyone's an 8 or 9. I mean, there's a lot of pizza that isn't good in New Jersey, so I just want to make that clear. Anybody listening?
There's a lot of 7s. There's a lot of 7s.
Some 6s, a couple 5s, 8s.
Right.
Yeah. A couple 9s only. I don't go higher, if you notice, than 9.2. I mean, that's like the high. I'm a tough reviewer, by the way, so if you ever watch it. No 10. There's no such thing as a 10.
Your criteria is kind of weird. You got the oil factor. You got the droop
the crust.
Factor.
I want the crust. The chew. It has to, it has to really crunch good in your mouth. I mean, I got my little foibles. I got my little things, but it's safe.
Well,
everybody's unique, right?
I know Dave Portnoy likes a crisp slice.
Oh yeah. Okay. We have that in common. I put my review against his or ours against his, and ours is just as good, if not better. If you go back to back. I know he has other stuff going on, but I mean his pizza stuff isn't that great.
We did not copy him. By the way, it's Slicing Jersey on YouTube. Slicing Jersey, and we're going to be moving out. We're going to be moving. We're going to do some stuff down south, right? We're going to head down to Atlantic City and do some stuff.
Yeah. We got to get down there. Big stuff. So what's going on in the sports world? What I missed here?
I'm watching a ball game. I'm watching a ball game here with prints of people in the stands. Like photographs, and I'm watching the.
Oh yeah. How does that look like that?
It's what saves it is the crowd noise on television. It does save it.
They have a little bit of a buzz in the background, right?
Yeah, this way the announcers have a nice flat sound. It's not like they're in an empty room. So if you're a baseball fan, it's great. But, when you watch a game, part of the entertainment is, take a shot at people in the stands, who caught the foul ball, right? Somebody flipped over a beer in the stands, and that became part of the broadcast. So a lot of it is
last night. they didn't show those mannequins or whatever, those card cutout pictures. It was just no crowd, and that was okay. That was weird. I think I prefer the cutout pictures. Kind of fills in the stadium at least, right?
Well, people are paying for those. Those are seats. Those are people who have those seats. And I found out.
Oh,
right.
Is that them too on the picture of the thing?
Right, that's actually their picture, and then they pay. I think they're paying like $85 or something, and then they're getting their picture there.
Oh, then they get on TV and like that. Okay, if you're behind the plate, that works, But if you're like in right field line, I don't see how you could pay for those because you're not gonna.
Right.
What's the benefit? Behind the plate though, yeah, I get that. 85 a game or 80? That's a lot.
I don't know. It's just I don't know what it was, but I just heard it. But so maybe it's one time. It should be one time.
We had Lenny Dykstra on a couple of weeks ago, and he was saying that.
Right.
Yeah, the intensity gets lost without the crowd. But after watching, I saw the Yankees. I'm a Yankee fan. They seemed still intense. It seemed like it was the same as if it was a crowd. Did you pick that up? I didn't notice any loss of intensity. What about you?
No. When you're getting paid all that kind of money and that's what you do, you're intense. Hey, I'm intense doing this. I ain't making squat.
I play amateur softball. There's like 6 people in the stands. Everybody's wife. There's like 6 of them, and you're playing hard. You're running after the ball. You're hitting hard. You're sliding. So why wouldn't the MLB players play hard? I think Lenny might have got that one wrong. I was wondering myself when he said it because he played ball in the MLB, and I think Lenny got that wrong. Sorry, Lenny.
Well, he's a purist, and but I think he's right in a lot of ways. Like when Cespedes hit a home run the opening day for the Mets. Was that yesterday? I guess right. Was that today or yesterday? Well, I just watched.
The Mets opened today.
All right, they won today. Yeah, they won. So
wait a minute. You just watched it and you were wondering if it was yesterday. Are you okay?
Well, you never know with reruns because it was 4 in the afternoon. I figured it was. They do the last night's game and then they do the next game after that. They play it at night, so I get whatever. I knew who won the game. All right, so my point is to hit the home run, and it's not the same because you need the fans in the stands jumping.
No. Stanton hit the homer yesterday, a 460-foot shot blast, and they don't put the crowd noise up with the homer. They just got that little buzz, which is nice, that little buzz sound like a normal game, and then with the home run. The crowd doesn't get louder, though, does it? Did they pump it up? Or I didn't notice the home team because the Yankees killed. The Yankees won. The other team, the home team, didn't have anything. You know
what it's missing? Though? So the crowd noise
there's no booing.
There's nobody cursing or booing, which you need. You got to have both.
You need a little boo, yeah. Boo makes baseball, right? That's what even booing a home team.
What they should do is they should have boos for the opposing team.
They should.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be a great home field advantage. Like you really pump in the crowd noise crazy, like when when your team's rallying, and then you boo the heck out of the opposing team when they're up, right?
No, and they should record people like me going, "You're a stiff. You couldn't hit a bull in the ass with a snow shovel." One of those.
Like the sitcoms of the 50s, those laugh tracks, but you get like baseball fan tracks.
Right, you got somebody's gonna be yelling at the umpire. And then once in a while, you have to have like fake beer pour, pretend it's being chucked from the stands. Make it real.
Tell me I wouldn't love watching that game, right? That would get a lot of people watching it.
Actually,
really made the entertainment factor.
Somebody could take that into something entertaining.
That would be the ultimate, right? Yeah. Like if one of the teams did that, it was like the obnoxious team,
Well, now you're
like the Red Sox.
You're the Yankee fan here now, so give me the appraisal of the team. We know they got the star pitcher, right, Coles, and take it from there. What do they got here, this team?
Well, I don't analyze it. I'm not like I'm 12 anymore, where I had all the baseball cards and I knew every player. But
nobody cares. No, people know we don't know anything. So just what do you know?
Yeah. All I know is they're deep in every position. They got a great pitching staff, and they got a great great relievers. The manager, I guess, is okay. I don't know too much about him, and he's okay. I like Girardi. Yeah, he's okay. I guess I like that. I like the Girardi. I wish they would have kept him, but whatever. So I say the Yankees are going to win the division, and I think they got a shot, just like last year, to go deep. And I think they're going to overcome it and make the World Series. There's my prediction. I say 42 and 18. I'm going to go with a crazy great record. 42 and 18 for the year, Yankees.
42 and 18. It's a basketball.
42 and 18. Yeah, that's Wow. Yeah, that's like going 84 and 36. Yeah, that's a pretty good record.
But they're going to make this newfangled playoff system now, right? Like 16 teams, like hockey. Like there's a lot of teams.
Oh, is that what you're going to do? I didn't hear that.
We'll see.
So everyone's going to make it, huh? Okay, why not? Why not make it different, right? The whole year's kind of messed up, so let's go crazy. What do you think of the DH? I got to ask you that.
I always like the DH. I hate pitchers get up a bat. They don't look right. I hate bunting. I hate bunting. No, I don't.
I agree 100%.
I like to bunt when nobody thinks you're going to bunt. When a pitcher comes up, but those changed, right? They didn't bunt much anymore, pitchers, did they? Because they couldn't even bunt.
And they weren't good bunters. I mean, what about the pitcher? This might be interesting. You get that one pitcher that's a pretty good hitter, and that's a little interesting, right? When that guy comes up, you're like, this guy can maybe get a hit. So you kind of watch him.
Who was in the old days before the DH? Who were some of the best hitting pitchers? Do you remember?
Well, I always thought Seaver was a real good hitting pitcher, but when you check his lifetime batting average, it's only like 151 or something. I mean, there's not many over 200.
Who hit home runs? Who hit home runs? I could look it up, but my computer's not working.
I'm not going to cheat.
No.
I don't know. I was a Yankee guy before the DH. I remember that, and I don't remember. Stottlemyre was a pretty good hitter, right?
I was just thinking about Mel Stottlemyre. Why?
I don't know. He was like the star pitcher.
About Mel Stottlemyre? I've never seen him with a bat in his hand, and his name just popped in my head.
No, he was a good hitting pitcher, I believe. If I have time, I'm going to have the assistant look to see what his batting average was, but I'm not even going to do it. Forget it. I was going to cheat to do it.
How was Lindy McDaniel behind at the plate? Do you remember?
Lindy McDaniel. Lindy McDaniel at the bat. Well, he was a reliever, so the relievers never got at bat, right?
Lindy McDaniel.
They would take him out.
You know what his out pitch was, right?
The sinker?
No, he had the fork ball, or was it who had the palm?
Oh,
somebody had the palm ball, and he had either the palm ball or a fork ball.
It was one of those funky type
no,
things.
I think he had the fork ball, Lindy McDaniel. Right?
But they never called it the fork ball, though, right? I mean, now they don't call it the fork ball, right?
No,
Did they ever call it that now?
Remember the pitch, the palm ball by Fritz Peterson?
What's that called now? Is there even a such thing as a palm ball? Or what's the deal with that?
I don't know. That's like a dead ball, right? A palm ball?
How would you pitch it? You would put the ball in your back of your hand, right?
That's a question for Ron Blomberg, and I'm still waiting for him to call into the show.
Hey. My assistant comes here. Check this out. Mel Stottlemyre, batting average. Ready for this? Lifetime?
Good.
Okay. Oh, not that good. I'm looking at on-base percentage, so sorry. 160 lifetime average.
Has there ever been a pitcher that has hit over, 225? That would be considered ever.
Well, next show we'll have to get that.
We'll look it up. When my computer keeps shutting off, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you buy stuff on eBay. And you get
That's a great trivia. Though. What's the highest pitching batting average?
Well, you're Mr. Facebook. Get on it on Facebook.
Maybe Babe. You know what? Here's one. What was Babe Ruth's pitching batting average?
Well, he may have been the best hitting pitcher of all time. Then there you go.
He had to be over 300.
No, you're Mr. Babe Ruth. You're Mr. Babe Ruth. Go ahead, Mr.
Oh
Babe.
man, I got it. Now that's a great question. I'm gonna have to post that on my Facebook is full of sports stuff. So I'm gonna have to post that one. Babe Ruth's lifetime pitching record. Hitting record
as a pitcher.
As a pitcher, yeah. I'm going to say 342 was lifetime. I'll say pitching was a little lower because you're not playing every day. I'm going to go 310. I'm going to go a little lower than his all-time
310,
average.
Really? You think?
I'm going to go 310 batting average as a pitcher. Yes. Write it down. We'll check it out next show.
So let me pick another name. How was like Bob Gibson? You would think he could hit. But Bob Gibson, I thought he looked like he could hit by the way he pitched.
He looked like he would be a very good hitter.
Well, we need an intern to do this stuff because I don't want to look it up. It's if I find some time, I'll do it.
My intern is on it now, and you know what his lifetime batting average was? I got it right here at my fingertips.
What's that?
Bob Gibson's lifetime
this show
batting
is
average.
on target. What is it?
There we go.
What is it?
206.
Gibson.
206.
I told you.
I think you were right.
I said he looked like a hitter. 206 for a pitcher is like hitting 275, right? You would think?
You would think. Now, you know who was probably good, too, I'm going to say? Steve Carlton.
He looked like he could hit because he was tall. Like he had that.
He was tall, little flaky or whatever. You know, I probably had a weird like swing. You know, like a. I'm gonna say him, but I don't know. My assistant's having difficulty getting his batting.
The assistant's going crazy. Steve, does your assistant know who Steve Carlton is? And how to spell Carlton?
Here it comes.
Okay,
ready?
Here it comes. Good.
All right. Now this is 24 years in the big leagues. So, I mean, that's a lot of years to maintain a pretty high average, right?
Right.
24.
Right.
All right. Here it is. 201.
Okay, right there.
Steve Carlton, yeah.
All right, let's pick one more.
All right, that's enough with that. One more?
Now, let me pick one more. Ready? Steve
ahead.
Hamilton.
Steve Hamilton's
The folly floater.
You know what? You want to hear trivia? I actually saw the folly floater in person at my first baseball game in 1970. I saw two folly floaters back to back.
Like everyone used to stand up when they saw the pitch, like here it comes.
Oh, it was like great. I mean, I thought when I was a kid, I thought that he threw it like every pitch. I'm thinking, at the two pitches, I'm thinking this is how he throws. From a kid's mind.
Oh.
So I'm thinking this guy's going to throw every pitch like this, And it was high. I mean, it was like 50 feet in the air type of stuff, So it was.
And then Rizzuto used to be like this. And here comes the folly floater. Hey, Steve Hamilton, here comes the folly floater. That was a big deal. The folly.
Okay, here we go.
Wasn't like Jake Gibbs? Jake Gibbs was the catcher in those days. Jake
Gibbs, number 41. Yeah, Ole Miss quarterback. My neighbor went to school with him in Jackson. I couldn't believe it. Like to have your neighbor go to school with a pro player. Wow. I was like 6. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was like in awe of the neighbor.
And St. Louis Bob's wife used to babysit Larry. What was it? Larry Wilson's.
Something weird. Larry Wilson's grandkid or something.
No, I think it was Larry Wilson. That's how old he was. No.
Steve Hamilton's lifetime batting average. I know what it is. You ready?
Yeah.
129 at-bats and 14 hits. He batted 125.
All right. Well, that's it. So,
thank God there's 200's good. 200's good.
All right. Thank God there's a DH now because... I
agree.
By the way, you are friendly with the first DH in basebal history.
Ron Blomberg. I'm a Facebook friend with him, and we're in touch, working on some things. Nice guy, and it's pretty cool. I mean, talking to one guy you idolize as a kid, right now,
So let's get him on. Let's get him on the show. We'll ask him about the palm ball.
Okay, let's about all those pitches. He's entertaining. He's a very entertaining guy. I'll tell you that. And he got lucky on the DH because, he was the Yankees were first up. They were the visiting team, and he was batting 6th. So Orlando Cepeda would have got it. He was up third the next inning, the bottom of that inning. And the Yankees rallied, and he was able to be number 1 by luck of the draw. They just rallied enough to get him up that first time. So now he's in the record books. Yeah.
So what?
Louis Tion blew it, and Orlando Cepeda, number 2.
I remember he had a very unique swing, and almost had an arc to it, and the way he held the bat back. I remember that.
Blomberg.
Blomberg. Right. Now, as a Yankee,
he had like a looping, right? Like a looping
swing. Now, we can remember him, I guess. But do you remember anything about any particular games that he had a big game, or it was just that DH? Being the first DH.
Well, he's known for the DH. I remember just him hitting those upper deck shots. I remember Phil Rizzuto calling it.
Right.
Like the boomer upper deck.
Low ball hitter, right? Didn't he was a low ball hitter?
I think so. He hit those booming high drives in the upper deck, midway up there. And then I checked his stats out, and I even told him, I said, Ron, I thought you were up, maybe 200 homers lifetime. Like I kind of forgot his career, except for when you're a kid with those 2 years, the boomer, he hit a lot of homers, you thought.
Right.
He only hit like 51 lifetime homers. I mean, it was like pretty low. Yeah, and as high as a Yankee was like 12. I mean, it wasn't even, because they platooned him because of the, he just played against righties. But he still got up 301 times. I mean, he got 300 times, only 12 homers. I mean, I didn't mean to make him feel bad, but I said, Ron, 51 lifetime homers. When I was a kid, if I would have just guessed now, I'm guessing like 200, maybe 225 you had. And he's like, well, my career was cut short. I have his injuries, and I had a lot of injuries.
Feel bad, hey, what a guy.
I know.
Hey.
I was feeling bad. I go,
the guy's proud of his career, and you go, only 51 home runs? What a guy.
I know. I had to say it. I'm like, I was like disappointed. I'm punching up his stats as I'm talking to him. I see 51 homers and 401 RBIs. I'm like, that's it.
Did he start looking at the ground?
Hey, he did bat 293 lifetime. I mean, that's impressive. You know what he told me? He took a pay cut. He batted 329. The next year, he got the pay raise because he batted and he took a $500 pay cut because only batted 320 or something, or 313. The next
$500 pay cut, you said?
He got like a $500 pay cut, and then the next year he went down more. So he got another, and he batted like 306. It was like. I know back then it was like that. You could have an MVP season and get a pay cut because it wasn't as good as the one before. I mean, it was just back then. It was the owners controlled the players. They were just players were they made like $12,000 a year back. Yeah,
they were slaves. Let's not get into it.
They were slaves. Bloomberg made $12,000 a year as a Yankee. I mean, that was it.
So I'm watching YouTube. It's funny about Bloomberg. I'm watching YouTube I do a lot, and it was. Remember when the Chicago White Sox were terrible? Like nobody went to the games at all. There was almost as many people.
Yeah.
Ron Bloomberg was on that team. He wore that goofy uniform with the wings and the
the black stuff. Yeah.
And he hits a home run in this. I think it was a documentary.
I saw that.
You see that? It was like a low.
I saw that. That's the only clip I've seen of him alive. Like, you ever notice that? I Googled him because I'm friends with this guy now, and there's like no clips of him playing. I mean, I'm looking at Yankees, Bloomberg. I put video in YouTube, no clips at all of him playing.
He has got the worst branding and marketing. I guess he's living in obscurity.
That was a very weird swing too in that White Sox clip, wasn't it? It was like a weird.
Yeah, it was a golf swing. It was like a golf swing. It was almost like Oscar Gamble. He swung like he swung the same way.
And then he did a little dance on the plate too.
Right. And then when he came to the plate, he ran on his toes. And then he was like, boom, boom.
Yeah, it wasn't too attractive, I'm like, oh man. I actually shared it on my Facebook. I know the guy, but it was pretty funny, Anyway.
Well, he's working towards bigger things. How old is he now? What is he? 70?
70, 71. Yeah. Somewhere.
You got to ask him how Ralph Houk was. What was the secrets behind Ralph Houk? Why did he keep his foot on the dugout steps the whole game? It used to annoy me. I was like, how does he keep his foot up there the whole game? People know who Ralph Houk is.
He used to have it on the top step.
I'm screwed up.
Right? He had that foot on the top step, right, all the way up.
And then he had the big show-off tobacco in his mouth.
So are you saying you did not like Bullseye Ralph Houk?
No, I used to annoy me because he's like standing in the corner with his foot up with those black spikes.
And he used to be eating those seeds, right?
Right. They didn't have seeds in those days. There was tobacco. Yeah, boom.
I always thought he was putting something in his mouth. Was that tobacco? It always looked like he was putting stuff in. I don't know. Maybe I'm imagining it. So
for those people who don't know what we're talking about, what are the years now we're talking about in Yankee baseball?
Oh, we're talking early 70s. Ralph Houk. He was late 60s. Our era. When we were kids. Early 70s. That was the magic era.
He actually, I remember all I remember Ralph Houk because the Yankees sucked, but they were good like in the early 60s with him, right? Yes. They were good for a few years before they started to suck.
They were good. And then they got rid of him. Didn't they win it one year? I think he was manager in 62 or something, wasn't he?
Oh, so the 60. Wait, I think you're right. 61 when they beat the Giants.
Yeah, right. And then they got rid of him. They got rid of him for I don't know why. And then he wins the World Series, and then that's it. And then they bring him back during the Horace Clarke era, and it was all over, Oh, he was from 61 to 63. He was manager. He won. He won the 2 straight championships. 63, he gets him in the World Series, and they get rid of the guy.
We're sorry, Ralph. Is he alive or dead? He's got to be dead. And if he was alive, he wouldn't be listening to us.
I didn't mean to laugh. I was laughing at something else. But Ralph is not alive. No,
I heard he was a wild man.
You can really?
He could party. Ralph Houk, absolutely.
Okay.
He liked to party. I don't know. Can you imagine Ralph Houk partying like Davy Johnson?
Well, he was a major in the service. I think it was in World War II, wasn't he?
I feel like crap.
Oh no, he was he was a good guy. He was a good man.
He was that was Mantle and Maris. He was the manager, right? Ralph Houk.
Oh, you won't believe his stat. You believe 61 to 63. He takes his first 3 years at the Yankees to the World Series. They win 2 of them. They get rid of him in 64, and then they bring him back in 66 during the start of the worst ever in Yankee history.
Wait a minute. So I got that wrong there. So in 64 they got rid of him, and where'd he go? He didn't go to the Cardinals. No, that wasn't.
I don't think he went anywhere. He was out of baseball.
He went to the Tigers. He went to the Tigers after that.
No, that was after the Yankees. In 74 he went to the Tigers.
Right, and when they still had Norm Cash, and they had my favorite player of all times, Dick McAuliffe.
Dick McAuliffe with the open stance. Yes. Only one winning season with the Tigers, Ralph, 1978. First 4 losing years. Man, he had some bad luck with the Yankees. Holy smokes. After those first 3 great years, then it was like all downhill.
But he was the manager for Mark Fidrich, wasn't he?
74, 75, that was the Fidrich.
Remember that guy? People remember Mark Fidrich, man. He would come out.
One year
put
wonder.
The dirt in his hands. He like put it on his knees.
It was fun. It was fun. Remember his nickname?
The Bird. I hated him. I don't know why I hated him. I hated he used to talk to himself and he had that curly hair. I'm weird. I hated that. I was like, get that. He was the opponent, you know? He was the opponent. He was unique. I appreciate that. Yeah, he was the opponent, though. I hated every pitcher that was against the Yankees. But how long did he last? He lasted 2 years, Mark Fidrich.
I think that's about it, right? Yeah, he had the one good year. He won like 21 or something, right? And he had that one really good year.
He was on Sports Illustrated. I remember, Remember, he was on Sports Illustrated. He was rocking. And then what happened then? He used to get on his knees and play with the dirt. Remember? Fixed the mound.
He used to talk to the ball. He had 19 and 9 in 76. That was his breakout year. 234, rookie year, and he must have got hurt. 6 and 4. 2-0, 0-3, 2-3. It was all over. He had 1 year, and that was it. I mean, that 29 and 19 lifetime record.
Boy, your intern is really hitting you with stat. Look at him.
She's hot, man. She gets right on it. And you know what it is? It's my internet is fast, so she just punches up and it comes up right away.
Right there. She's in the game. So
yeah. You know what I do while we're talking? I write it down, and then she goes right in there and puts it up. So. Hey, whatever. New job.
Absolutely.
New job description.
So let's recap. Ron Blomberg was the first DH in baseball history. He only hit 51 home runs, which was terrible, which we've determined, and we made him feel bad. Ralph Houk was not a stud, but a decent manager. And
a decent man. Decent man. Good man.
And what else? Then Fritz Peterson threw a palm ball, and Lindy McDaniel threw a fork ball. That's it. That's her show.
Now you left one thing out. Do you remember the big incident between Fritz Peterson and Mike Kekich?
They're swapping wives. That never made sense.
Well, it went further than that.
All right, keep it going now. We have no time limit. Let me hear it.
They swapped families. It wasn't, they actually switched the families. Like, so Peterson had the wife and 2 kids, and whatever the kids, the other one, and the wife and the 2 kids went over to Kekich, and Kekich's wife and whatever kids she had went over to Peterson.
It's like a TV
they
show.
Did the family switch.
That used to be a television
show. Yeah, the kids went too.
Well, who couldn't stand who? Who couldn't stand who to do that? I don't get it. Who started it? Saying, I hate you. I want to do this.
I don't know. I don't think Kekich's worked, but I think Peterson's his was like a crazy success. I mean, they were in love the whole way through.
There's something sexual had to be. There had to be something sexual, the attraction. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe one had the affair with the other one, and then the other one said, "Screw that! Just give me your wife." I don't know. I don't know the history of how it happened. I just know when I was 12 years old, that was like the biggest scandal I ever heard of. I mean, that kind of thing happening. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Didn't they try to make why didn't somebody do a documentary on that, or did they try?
I don't know. I never seen anything about it. It would be pretty cool to see.
You know what? Maybe
that's
something we could do. We are documentary producers as well. Get on the phone with Blomberg. Get me Fritz Peterson. I want to talk to Mike Kekich. Let's go.
Well, Fritz is alive. You know what? If Kekich
Fritz is alive. Call in, Fritz. Let's talk about it.
Fritz is alive. Let me see if Kekich. I hope Kekich is, because this would be a great documentary. He's alive.
Can we get it funded?
I think we can. I mean,
hedge funds.
Wait, Mike Kekich, my assistant's really going overtime here, like reading about him. I wonder if he's still married, you know? Oh, they don't talk about the marriage. Something must have happened. There's like no mention of it with him. Yeah. But
they probably want in Wikipedia they have his wife, and then they turn it upside down. They have the other name. What?
There was a film in 2011, page 6 on the post, I guess. Ex-Yank fight wife swap film. So it looks like something was tried.
Why didn't HBO or Showtime pick that up? I mean, that's
they're trying to do it. I don't think it was successful in making it. They were trying to make it, but it looks like it never really.
All right. Well, we know what we have to do now, right? A couple calls, let Bullseye produce it, make another work of art, and win all kinds of awards.
Well, you know what? Let's interview him now, and let's find out the real story. Like, what's the real deal? How are you guys doing now? You know, Kekich, we got to get both to talk, though. Fritz is happily married, and then Kekich, if he's divorced and it was ugly, he may not want to talk, but we'll find out.
We're going to get to the true. We're going to get to the essence of the story.
First. You heard it. We're going to. First.
I hope everyone in the internet world knows this. We are going to investigate the Mike Kekich, Fritz Peterson wife swap scenario. Stay tuned for more.
I'm gonna reach out to my man Ron and see. He's friends with Fritz.
You got it. There we go.
Let's do it. I hear the music. I hear it.
Like all right. Plan.
All right.
Well, we're going to work on this. Let's see if we can do this quickly within a week. Let's get Blomberg and Kekich and the whole team. Let's see if Ralph Houk is alive, and we'll have a blast. We'll see you next time on the Bullseye Podcast, because the best is yet